Good afternoon and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show. Today I want to cover a topic that a lot of us seem to forget or we just don't have the time to do because of our lives. And the topic is family traditions, how important they are, and how we need to somehow make time to practice those traditions. I have 10 reasons why family traditions are important. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach here on the Take Your Life Back Today show. I'm also the host. As an addiction recovery coach, let me share this about substance abuse and let me be crystal clear. I want to leave an impact upon you all. Imagine you've been buried alive, folks. Let's just say that you're laying in the coffin and you know you're not dead. You don't know how to open the coffin and push the enormous weight that's on top of the lid from the dirt. You think about giving up and you just wait for death to arrive. But you also think about banging on the coffin that you might just unsettle the dirt and then maybe somebody on top will notice and start digging down to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it completely on your own, but you don't know how to get that help. In reality, folks, there are people standing by your grave, but you just don't know. You think you're going to just die there, and life is over. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually using drugs and alcohol. In order to defeat an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind when you're consuming drugs and alcohol to excessive points that you might just overdose? With this, I want to leave you with one other thought. Don't be that person in the coffin banging for someone to hear you. Take the first step, the step that's important to do today, and call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back. Remember, a sober today promises a better tomorrow. Let me just do something. Okay, I want to get a little bit more light here. Folks, Larry Geis from the Geis Academy is an addiction recovery coach. He will help you from your addiction to your recovery, hand in hand, step by step. Treat Larry as if he was a bridge between recovery and addiction. The lighting in here is very sunny today. Get a hold of him at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy can also be found on the internet at www.odysseyconsultant.org. That's www.odysseyconsultant.org. Please, when you speak to Larry, let him know that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. GlobalEyeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money. I am focused on helping you not only with addiction recovery, low self-esteem issues, depression, but I'm capable, with over 30 years experience in the optometry business, to help you with your eyeglasses. Go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money. Let me focus on helping you pick the right pair of glasses, the right frame, the right lenses. Text me at 631-599-0218. Folks, they have tons of frames. Over 1,200 frames, that's right. Men's, ladies, and children's frames. Plastic, metal, full, half, and no frame at all. They have every type of lens that you would find in your local mom and pop optical store at a fraction of the cost, because GlobalEyeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money. 10 reasons why family traditions are important these days. Whether it's having dinner together, visiting your parents every month, or celebrating a special occasion together, family traditions are the adhesive as well as the cohesive forces which bind a family member as well as their relatives together. They help family members to commit to one another and create memories and family stories for the generations to come. Family traditions provide a sense of continuity. They foster powerful memories for families to build upon. They cultivate connections between family members and promote a sense of belonging. Over the years, family traditions have been crucial building blocks in shaping all families. Despite of religion, caste, or creed, every family has its own set of family traditions which include rituals, customs, or belief they have got from their ancestors brought down to this generation. Rarely or frequently, small or big, every family have their do's and do-nots. These traditions give them a unique identity. These are the 10 top reasons. We'll start with number 10. Your paced life is slowed down a bit. As in metropolitan cultures prevailing, families are getting more and more apart. There is a huge difference in family scenario before 1 or 2 decades and now. Earlier people at least used to have breakfast and dinner together. Sundays were reserved for worship, relaxation, and family days. Families used to visit church together, but everything has changed in today's society. We are so much engrossed in our routine that worshiping seems to be a lost story. Worshiping together may not even be a question to most of us, and that is very unfortunate. Number 9, passing the baton. Family traditions maintain the legacy of a family. You are supposed to pass the baton of beliefs, customs, rituals you have been following and cherishing since childhood, which has differentiated your family from others, to your kids, and they pass it on to their children, and the cycle continues, creating a golden stone of family in history. After all, it is your duty to cultivate values and motivation within your kids for your family traditions, and the best way to do this is celebrating these traditions wholeheartedly with them. Number 8, trip down memory lane. Family traditions are said to be originated from some stories or memories. Celebrating them in present is a great way to cherish those beautiful memories from the past. Besides this, it is time in your life you find yourself reminiscing from your childhood days. Backyard barbecues, baking your favorite cookies for Easter with your mother, fishing with Dad, and then spending time together. Number 7, bridge the generation. Let's open this up maybe for a little bit more sunshine. Family traditions not only helps parents and children, but also contribute in bringing the so-called generation gaps together. Many traditions span multiple generations and create lasting memories and strong bonds for all ages. The kids get a chance to listen to their grand and great-grandparents, and this inculcates respect within the heart for all of them. Number 6, sharing the joy. This is no less than a privilege to get a chance to share the joy, the sorrows with your family. And this complex, time-consuming, and cumbersome family tradition gives you a hold of this privilege. Joy multiplies when shared, and these traditions are real add-on to multipliers. The family gathering sounds fun in itself, and it is. Number 5, kids get to know importance of family values. Kids cherish these memories. They enjoy gathering and celebration. They get a chance to connect themselves with their family members. They get to know the rituals and customs of family, and they enjoy the gathering. These beautiful threads of memories encourage them to adopt traditions in the future life. Number 4 on our top 10 list is keeps family connected. Somewhere deep in your heart, still you love and thrive to traditions because they cultivate a sense of belonging and security within your family. Making traditions a priority in family life is important as well as fun. By doing so, you will not only learn to appreciate and look forward to them, but you also look forward to the time you get to spend with family members. But you will also develop a full understanding of the meaning behind the word family. Number 3, a sense of belonging. In the ever-changing world, it's often comforting to have some things stay the same. Family traditions lets you feel secure and gives you and your family an identity, and traditions are best to be kept in the family and within the family. Number 2 on our list is tribute to your ancestors. Family traditions are no less than asset given to you by your ancestors. When you follow these rituals and customs they used to boast upon, somewhere up there will certainly be proud of having offsprings like you, and they are looking down. To most of you, family traditions might be complex and time-consuming. It is quite difficult to fit them in your current way of life. But it is not necessary to adopt every crucial aspect. But it is important that we adopt the important ones. The important part is how heartedly you adopt them. If you follow these family traditions that we have discussed so far, with due respect for them, and then it is said to tribute in real meaning. Number one on our list is replenish the bond of love. In this hectic schedule where our lives are on wheels, the first and foremost benefit of maintaining family ritual comes from the strengthening bond of love. No matter how often or how rare you practice these traditions, but they do replenish the bond of love. Traditions are a foundation of strong family bonds. If you don't have any, or if you miss that Sunday lunch days that you used to have, then it's not too late. You can formulate your own interest into a tradition. You may pick up an activity like baking a cake together prior to Christmas Eve, or having lunch together every weekend and try to shape them into rituals. After all, traditions have to start somewhere, and these 10 are important. Let's go over the top 10 one more time. Whether it's having dinner together, visiting your parents every month, or celebrating special occasions together, family traditions are the adhesive as well as the cohesive forces which bind the family members and relatives all together. They help family members commit to one another and to create memories and family stories. Family traditions provide a sense of continuity. They foster powerful memories for families to build upon. They cultivate connections between family members who sense of belonging. Over the years, family traditions have been crucial building blocks in shaping families. Number 10. Your paced life slowed down a bit. As a metropolitan culture is prevailing, families are getting more and more apart. There is a huge difference in family scenario before 1 or 2 decades now. Earlier, people at least used to have breakfast and dinner together and shared Sundays together. Today's life, it is not there because people have given up. We need to pass the baton on to the next generation. Whatever you or your spouse have learned from your parents and your grandparents, continue that tradition within your own home and pass the baton on to your children and their children. We need to have the trips down memory lane. Family traditions are said to be originating from the stories or memories. Celebrating them in the present and the past is one way to go down memory lane. We need to bridge the generation gap, folks. Family traditions not only helps parents and children, but they also contribute in bridging the so-called generation gaps. We need share the joy. This is no less than privilege to get a chance to share the joy and sorrows of your family. Whatever good and bad, bring it together during a family function. We need to have the kids get to know importance of family. We need to carry the values of family tradition and the value of brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and grandparents to each generation down the road. We need to keep families connected. Somewhere deep in your heart still you love thriving traditions because they cultivate a sense of belonging and security. Making traditions a priority in family life is important as well as is fun. We need a sense of belonging. In the ever-changing world, it is often comforting to have some things stay the same. Family traditions lets you feel secure and gives your family an identity. Continue doing what you have done in the past. Number 2, tribute to your ancestors. We need to see how they succeeded in past lives and made their family strong and turned your parents into who they are, who turned you into who you are, and now it's your job for you to turn your children and your grandchildren to who they are with values. And then we cannot ever forget that replenishes the bond of love. In the hectic schedule where our lives are on wheels, the first and foremost benefits of maintaining a family ritual comes from the strengthening bond of love. No matter how often or rare you practice these traditions, but they do replenish the bond of love. Traditions are a foundation of strong family bonds. If you don't have any, or if you miss that Sunday lunch you used to have during your good old childhood years, do it again. Get together and bake a cake before Christmas Eve. Get together. Have a Bible reading together on Christmas Eve. We need to unite and bring our family back together, and we need to teach each other that traditions are so important. It is now when we need to do all these again. Folks, what you put into your children, what you put into your grandchildren, you get out of them. Turn them into little yous to keep the values going, to keep the traditions going. I hope to God that this was a very informative segment about family tradition, family values, and I hope that no matter how many times I ask everybody to continuously think positive, that you carry and on this thinking pattern to your children. Teach them to think positive because they get positive results. Teach them to smile because they will get smiles back. Teach them to love and show compassion, and definitely teach them to respect. We lack respecting of the elders. Each and every person deserves this respect, no matter how old you are. Each and every person will get respect when you give respect. You'll get a smile when you give a smile. You're welcome when you say you thank you. It's that simple. I hope to God, no matter where you are in my audience, that you have the best day of your life. But I hope and I always pray that you all have a sober rest of your life. Call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back.